Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Nation.Gachie Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Do you think Martha Koome should invite William Ruto for any dialogue? Do you think the executive and the judiciary should have any dialogue as far as court cases are concerned? Because according to the framers of the Constitution, they were alive to the fact that we cannot have one person who is making the law, that is Parliament, the same person implementing the law, that is the executive now, and the same person arbitrating conflicts, that is the judiciary. But when I heard Martha Koome akisema kwamba amemwalika William Ruto kwa mazungumzo, kwa mjadala, this is disturbing, if you ask me. Because when we come to the separation of powers, there is nothing to discuss. There is nothing to negotiate. Why should William Ruto be invited? Yet he is just there to implement his own policies. And when people are not satisfied with him, that is when they go to court. Na sasa yale mazungumzo, yule mjadala ambao utakuwa pale, utakuwa unazungumzia nini? And for those of you who have studied William Ruto, do you think William Ruto can listen to anybody? Do you think Martha Koome can actually tell William Ruto no? Unafikiri Martha Koome anaweza kukataa yale yote ambayo anaambiwa na William Ruto? If William Ruto is very much interested in the judiciary, in the JSC, the Judicial Service Commission, he has 2 appointees, and the Attorney General is still there. For any grievances that he have with the judiciary should be channeled through those appointees. Kwa wakati ambapo anasema sasa anataka mazungumzo ya maelewano pamoja au kati yake na mahakama, hili ni swala ambalo linaweza kuleta mtafaruku. Ni swala ambalo linaweza kuonyesha jinsi ambavyo the first arm of the government, that is the executive, is trying to lord over the judiciary like it has captured the legislature. Why do you think William Ruto is very, very happy to meet Martha Koome? Why do you think that Martha Koome also agreed to invite William Ruto? Because if you ask me, they are just playing mind games. Kile ambacho wanafanya hapa ni kujaribu kuonyesha kwamba wanataka kuwe na mazungumzo hapa na pale. But Martha Koome must have been forced by William Ruto to call for this meeting. Or do you think Martha Koome called this meeting with her own violation? Kwa sababu kulingana nami, lazima alilazimishwa na William Ruto aitisha huu mkutano, wazungumzie vile serikali itakuwa ikipeleka kesi zake pale. What Kenyans should know is that when Kenyans are going to court, it is Kenyans who are going to court. It is not one person who is going to court. They are going there because they are dissatisfied with the way the policies are being implemented. Take, for instance, the issue of the Finance Bill 2023. When it was presented to the people, more than 80% of Kenyans rejected the Finance Bill. But William Ruto went ahead and worked with the parliamentarians. Kumbuka akiwatisha pale akisema kwamba alikuwa amesubiri aone ni nani ambaye atapiga ule mswada, na for sure nobody dared from his side. Kwa hivyo when people are going to court, they are going because they are not satisfied. Kwa hivyo kama kutakuwa na mazungumzo, Wakenya wote waalikwe. Kama kutakuwa na mazungumzo kati ya the executive and the judiciary, people should be represented. And they should not be represented by parliamentarians. They should be represented by people maybe from human rights, maybe from the Law Society of Kenya, maybe kutoka wakulima, watu wa kawaida, and various professionals, doctors, lawyers, teachers. Let's have the union sending people there. isije ikawa ni Martha Koome na William Samoei Ruto. Definitely Martha Koome will be compromised. And for sure, you see, judges should not be victimized for making a ruling that does not favor the executive. They have the freedom to implement and arbitrate as per the constitution. So ladies and gentlemen, wakati tulisikia ya kwamba William Samoei Ruto atakuwa na mazungumzo na Martha Koome, a number of the people called this channel and they give their reservation and they wanted us to discuss why this discussion should not be called. And they also wanted to know what could be the interest of William Samoei Ruto kumuita Martha Koome. And I think Martha Koome is likely to go with some members of the Judicial Service Commission. The first intention of William Samoei Ruto wants to intimidate the judges. He wants to create a fear among the judiciary. Anataka kuwatisha kiasi ya kwamba wakati ambapo majaji watakuwa wanazungumzia au wanatoa hukumu kuhusu swala ambalo linahusiana na serikali au William Samoei Ruto, I think watakuwa na woga, watakuwa na angalia, wakumbuke hapa William Samoei Ruto is very much interested with what I'm doing. This is wrong in my view. And if William Samoei Ruto is to deal with corruption, let him start with his cabinet. His cabinet has been full of corruption. There have been allegations, some of them with oil scandal, others with edible oil scandal, other fuel, wegi, KEMSA scandal, wako pale wegi. Wengine kesi ambazo zimetolewa kwenye mahakama, wengine kesi hata za mauaji. This is corruption. So let William Samoei Ruto first deal with corruption in the executive, because we have independent bodies that deals with corruption. Kwa hivyo wakati ambapo anataka ule mkutano vile vile, he want to always influence the judges and maybe agree with Martha Koome, who is going to preside some of these cases, because I strongly believe that William Samoei Ruto is not comfortable with some of the judges, and that is maybe the message that he want to say. Kwa sababu ukisikiliza hata vile ambavyo Rigathi Gachagua, when he pointed out one of the most competent and smartest Lady Justice Maina Esther, ni kuonyesha kwamba wakati wote kesi itakuwa inapelekwa mbele ya hakimu kama huyu, serikali itakuwa imekodoa macho, ili kuonyesha kwamba hata yeye mwenyewe atakuwa na wasiwasi. This is what we are fearing. This should not happen in a democracy. Courts should be allowed to make their independent decisions, just like the courts are not interfering with the executive, just like they are not interfering with the legislature. Let each arm of the government carry its function as per the constitution, because our constitution are very clear. The rules are clearly defined. Kila mtu amepewa kazi yake. Rais amepewa kazi yake, mahakama imepewa kazi yake, bunge imepewa kazi yake. So wakati ambapo sasa wanataka because what William Samoei want to do is to always ensure that the government gets a favorable hearing anytime, a sympathetic hearing. Because what else how do you explain the obsession with the judiciary? I also think that this has also to do with the issues of 2027 general election. There is fear kwamba huenda William Samoei Ruto akashindwa na huenda aende katika mahakama ya upeo. Na I think the government is going to accuse some of these judges who are in the Supreme Court, especially those who are not friendly to William Samoei Ruto's party or Kenya Kwanza in that case. And maybe the government wants some of these judges to be removed from office so that we can be left with a friendly bench, a bench that will always serve the ear of the president, a bench that will always be manipulated from State House. But I think it is very, very important to leave the judiciary alone, just like Kibaki did. Kibaki never interfered with any case in court. Kwa ni ukweli wa mambo. He never even interfered when his cabinet ministers were mentioned in corruption cases. I remember Saitoti resigning. I remember Kemunya being forced to resign when he told the world that I better die than resign. But Kibaki called him and told him, no, The following day, Amos Kemunya, the former KPP member of parliament, he had to resign. He had to go home. George Saitoti the same because of kashfa zihusiana na mambo ya elimu. This is the kind of president that you want. Uhuru also did not interfere, na tunakumbuka vizuri sana wakati ambapo mahakama ilikuwa inatoa uamuzi kupiga na kusema kwamba BBI was illegal and the president is not even above the law. Uhuru was just comfortable. He was just comfortable. Although he was not satisfied with the decision of the court, he respected the ruling of the court. He respected the orders of the court. But here comes the president who is not ready to listen to anybody. Here comes the president who feels that he should control the judiciary. Here comes the executive that is controlling the legislature. I think time has come for independent bodies to be left on their own, because if you continue to interfere with them the way with the executive is interfering, then we are going to lose this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my take as usual. Please like this video, comment, leave a comment section, and do you think this meeting is even necessary? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Leave that answer in the comment section. Bye-bye.